Good evening, folks. So, yeah, now it's Christmas Eve, and I'm sure you folks aren't hanging around waiting for videos tonight. It is family night, whatever you're doing, whatever you're gonna plan for Christmas. I just wanted to stop by and say Merry Christmas to everybody who's been following the channel and to everybody who has been following the Facebook page. But we do have a couple of things to talk about tonight. And I won't take up a lot of your time, but there's a couple of things floating around the the interweb, okay? So now, you know, we're going to talk first about the strike vote, okay? Because now the big push here is for everybody out there who's a content creator to try to ferret out what WNBA players may have voted against the strike and, of course, sold out or broke ranks with the players. First of all, let me just say this. Is it two players? Is it three players? It doesn't matter because guess what? 98% of the players voted to strike if necessary. Okay? So that's the first thing. Secondly, just like when you go into a voting booth, nobody gets to know who you vote for unless you tell people who you voted for. A union vote is private and it's meant to be private. And it's kind of like, to me, going out there and outing a gay person who doesn't want to be outed right now when you do stuff like this. And first of all, you have no basis in fact for knowing who these players are. And you're just speculating. And again, this is the shit that drives me crazy, okay? And I'm not even going to mention the two players' names because I don't feel like it's my place. I really don't. But I will tell you who they are saying the third player is, and I will mention her name. Well, you know what? Never mind. Since the names are already out there, let me mention them, okay? The speculation is that the two players who voted against the strike are Kalani Brown and Lexi Brown. And why do people surmise that they voted against the strike? Because they have guaranteed contracts and they would not collect any of their money. Almost everybody else in the WNBA right now is a free agent. Okay. There are free agents all over the place. Okay. So these two players have guaranteed contracts and they would not collect on these contracts if there is a strike. All right. So that's the conjecture. And that's all it is conjecture. All right. Because those votes are not made public. The third person people are speculating about, and there has been a lot of ire against this third person on Twitter because that's the way people are. Okay. Is Caitlin Clark. And why? Because she made the statement that there are things that the players must hold out on, but both sides need to give in a little, okay? Both sides need to give in. Both sides can compromise at some points, on some points, to get a deal done because they need to be back on the court next year for the fans, mostly. Now, let me just say this. I'm sorry, folks, but the way you reach an agreement when you are in a union is by bargaining and compromise. Both sides have to give in a little, okay? That's the way it works. So to me, Caitlin Clark's statement doesn't prove a damn thing about how she voted. You don't know how she voted, just like you don't know how Kalani Brown or Lexi Brown voted, because that's none of your business. And they haven't revealed to you how they voted. And nobody in the league is going to reveal that to anybody because that is a matter of privacy. Okay. That would be a breach of faith. And I don't see why, other than to create a shitstorm, I don't understand why people have to go down this road. Can we just talk about basketball? I mean, this is the kind of stuff that really gets under my skin. But yet again, a lot of people on Twitter have been, attacking Caitlin Clark, just assuming she was one of those players who voted against the strike. Just stop it, people, okay? Just stop. Really. I mean, what I really want is for the players to get closer to what they deserve. Maybe they're not going to go all the way this time around. I want them to get closer to what they deserve, to get, I'm sorry, but we can do a whole lot better than 9% in revenue sharing. I don't give a shit what anyone says, okay? A whole lot better. Maybe they don't get to 34% this time, but, 20%? I don't know, maybe a little bit more. Look at, I want to see the players get what they deserve, but I also want to see the players back on the court, because you know what? There are a lot of players who need this money. Bottom line, okay? Some of them playing an unrivaled. How far does that go? That's over in March. Project B, that doesn't even start until 2026. Sometime in November of 2026. And nobody really knows where any of their money's coming from, or if they're even going to be solvent enough. So let's get real here. We want them on the court because the fans want to see them play. This is a bad time, in my opinion, to go on strike or to have a lockout when the league is growing the way it's growing. And that, to me, is common sense. But my point in this whole conversation is that to sit here and, try to determine who may have voted against the strike is kind of like, I don't know, we had nothing to do today, nothing to talk about, so let's speculate about who the strike busters might be. So that really got on my nerves, and I wanted to get that off my chest, okay? Now there's a second thing going around there. Kelsey Mitchell posted, okay, we're talking about, now we have another conversation going on here. I want to read this to you. We have another conversation going on here about some kind of, I believe it's been described as cryptic message from Kelsey Mitchell that was posted on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. And the statement is, the quotation is, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. That was all she wrote, okay? Now, immediately everybody started right in with the speculation that that has something to do with her intentions to leave the Fever. First of all, that's a quote from Maya Angelou. Maybe Kelsey Mitchell is a Maya Angelou fan. Okay? Maybe Kelsey Mitchell was directing that to someone in her personal life. Maybe Kelsey Mitchell wasn't even thinking about basketball when she posted that on Twitter. But either way, I did not. I saw this quote actually before I saw all the speculation out there. I saw this post because I follow Kelsey Mitchell. Okay? I saw that post. And I said to myself, oh, that's a Maya Angelou quote. I did not immediately jump to that's Kelsey Mitchell saying a cryptic message about her off-season free agency. Folks, let me just give you a suggestion. Get a life, okay? Seriously, get a life. All right? There are other things that we can be focused on. And tomorrow on Christmas Day, we are going to be talking about, I have a great video. We're not going to show it tonight at Tip Our Hand, but hopefully by the time I'm done having Christmas dinner with my family, I'll be able to come home here and make a video and show you something that I don't think you have seen yet. And it is about Caitlin Clark, okay? And it is also about Aaliyah Boston. So I will be back tomorrow night. I hope you guys, whatever you're doing on Christmas Day, I hope you have a great day. And You know what? It's been great having you guys follow the channel. Let's keep going as we enter the new year. And I'm going to try to find ways to build the Facebook group without having to absorb any more fake Caitlin Clark pages. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And God knows I try to use the automatic reject and approval thing on Facebook to keep all of those out, but for some reason, that's a joke. Okay, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow. You have a great Christmas and enjoy your families. Later.